Fikri, a college student, lived in a world of books, friends and dreams. He was always seen with a book in hand or laughing with his friends, his eyes sparkling with the excitement of youth. His days were filled with lectures, group studies, and late-night discussions about the future. He had big dreams and was determined to make them come true. He was ambitious, eager to carve his own path. Fikri spent countless hours working on projects, always striving for perfection. His ambition was evident in everything he did, from his meticulous notes to his well-thought-out plans for the future. He wanted to make a mark in the world, to be someone his family could be proud of. His parents, loving and supportive, always offered advice. They had high hopes for him and wanted to guide him through the challenges of life. They would sit with him, sharing their wisdom and experiences, hoping to prepare him for the road ahead. Their love for him was boundless, and they wanted nothing but the best for their son. But Fikri, caught in his own world, often brushed them aside. He was so focused on his own goals that he failed to see the value in their words. To him, their advice seemed outdated, irrelevant to the fast-paced world he was trying to navigate. He believed he knew better, that he could handle everything on his own. Their words seemed distant, irrelevant to his busy life. He was always in a rush, always moving from one task to the next. There was no time to sit and listen, no time to reflect on their advice. He was too busy chasing his dreams to realize that his parents' words were filled with love and wisdom.
Fikri, have you thought about your future plans? His father would ask, concern evident in his voice. He wanted to make sure Fikri was on the right path, that he was making the right choices for his future.
Not now, Papa. I'm busy, Fikri would reply, his eyes glued to his phone. He didn't have time for these conversations, not when there was so much to do.
He'd answer their calls with impatience, his tone clipped. Every call felt like an interruption, a distraction from his important tasks. He didn't realize that these calls were his parents' way of staying connected, of showing their love and concern. He'd rush conversations, eager to return to his friends. His friends understood him, shared his dreams and ambitions. They were his world, and he couldn't wait to get back to them. His parents, though hurt, never showed it. They would smile and nod, hiding their disappointment behind a facade of understanding. They didn't want to burden him with their feelings, didn't want to add to his stress. They continued to shower him with love, hoping he'd one day understand. They believed that one day he would see the value in their words, that he would appreciate their love and support. They held on to this hope, even as the gap between them grew.
Have a good day at college, Fikri. We love you. They would say every morning, their voices filled with warmth and affection.
Yeah. Bye, Mom. Fikri would reply, barely glancing up from his phone. He was always in a hurry, always rushing out the door.
And so the gap between them grew day by day. Each day, Fikri drifted further away, caught up in his own world. His parents watched, their hearts heavy with worry, hoping that one day he would come back to them. One evening, Fikri's father offered advice about a scholarship opportunity. He spoke from experience, his voice filled with concern.
Fikri, there's a scholarship that could really help you. Have you looked into it?
Fikri, engrossed in a text message, barely looked up.
I know what I'm doing, Papa.
His mother, her eyes filled with unspoken pain, quietly cleared the table. The air grew heavy with unspoken words. A wall of silence was building, brick by painful brick. Fikri, oblivious, retreated further into his world, leaving his parents alone with their disappointment.
I just wish he would listen.
But Fikri couldn't hear the sorrow in her voice. Then life threw Fikri a curveball. His dreams crashed around him. Failure, once a distant thought, became a harsh reality. He felt lost, alone, the weight of his mistakes crushing him.
Why is this happening to me? I've worked so hard.
He longed for someone to understand, someone to lean on. But his friends, once a source of comfort, seemed distant, their words hollow.
Don't worry, man. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's just a bump in the road.
He was adrift in a sea of despair, the waves of his sorrow threatening to pull him under.
They don't get it. No one does.
That's when he remembered his parents. The memories flooded back, each one a vivid reminder of the love and support they had always given him. He could almost hear his mother's laughter and feel his father's reassuring hand on his shoulder. It was in these moments of reflection that he realized how much he missed them, how much he needed their guidance now more than ever. He called home, his voice trembling. The phone felt heavy in his hand, each ring echoing his heartbeat. He hesitated, wondering if he had the strength to speak, to admit his failures. But the need to hear his father's voice, to feel that connection, pushed him forward. His father answered, his tone instantly filled with concern. "Fikri, is everything all right?" The worry in his father's voice was palpable, a stark contrast to the calm Fikri had always known. It was as if his father could sense the turmoil in his son's heart even before a word was spoken.
"Fikri, what's wrong?" The question hung in the air, heavy with expectation and fear. It was a simple question, but one that opened the floodgates of Fikri's emotions.
Fikri poured out his heart, his words choked with shame and regret. He spoke of his failures, his fears, and the overwhelming sense of hopelessness that had taken hold of him. Each word was a release, a step towards healing, but also a reminder of the pain he had been carrying.
Papa, I failed. I don't know what to do. The admission was like a weight lifted off his shoulders, but it also left him feeling vulnerable and exposed. He had always been the strong one, the one who had it all together. Admitting his failure was the hardest thing he had ever done.
His father listened patiently, his silence speaking volumes. It was a silence filled with understanding, with empathy. It was as if his father knew that sometimes words were not enough, that sometimes just being there was all that was needed. When Fikri finished, his father simply said. His father's voice was calm, steady, a beacon of hope in the storm of Fikri's emotions.
"Come home, son." Those 3 words were filled with such love and understanding that they broke down the wall Fikri had built around his heart. It was an invitation, a promise of unconditional love and support.
Those 2 words, spoken with such love and understanding, broke down the wall Fikri had built. He realized that home was not just a place, but a feeling, a sanctuary where he could find solace and strength. He returned home, not to a place of judgment, but to a sanctuary of unconditional love. The embrace of his family was like a balm to his wounded soul, a reminder that he was not alone, that he was loved.
Thank you, Papa. I'm coming home. The relief in his voice was evident, a testament to the power of love and family. He knew that with his family's support, he could face any challenge, overcome any obstacle.
And in that embrace, Fikri found the strength to rebuild his dreams. It was a new beginning, a chance to start over, knowing that he had the unwavering support of his family behind him. The future seemed brighter, filled with possibilities, and Fikri knew that he could achieve anything with his father's love guiding him.
That night, unable to sleep, I found my father deep in prayer.
He watched as his father's lips moved in silent supplication, his forehead touching the prayer rug.
I saw tears glistening in my father's eyes, tears shed for me.
In that moment, Fikri's heart ached with remorse.
I realized the depth of my parents' love, a love that endured my neglect, a love that never wavered.
He saw his own reflection in his father's tears, a reflection of the pain he had caused.
I'm sorry, I understand now, I was so wrong.
The next morning, Fikri approached his parents. His voice was thick with emotion as he whispered his apology. His parents, their eyes brimming with tears, embraced him tightly. There were no lectures, no recriminations, only forgiveness and love. That day, Fikri started to rebuild the bridges he had broken. He listened to his parents, truly listened, and his heart began to heal. He realized that their advice wasn't about control, but about love, about wanting the best for him. Life still had its challenges, but Fikri faced them with a new perspective. He learned from his mistakes, leaning on his parents' wisdom.
I see now that their love isn't a burden, but a blessing, a compass guiding me through life's storms.
He started to notice the little things, the way his mother always saved him, his favorite food, the way his father's eyes lit up when he shared his achievements. These small gestures, once overlooked, now filled him with a profound sense of gratitude. Fikri's relationship with his parents blossomed. The wall of silence crumbled, replaced by laughter and shared dreams.
I learned that family isn't just about blood, but about love, respect, and unwavering support.
He realized that his parents weren't just his caregivers, but his confidence, his cheerleaders, his anchor in the storm. He learned to cherish their presence, knowing that their love was a gift, a treasure more valuable than any earthly possession. Fikri's journey taught him the importance of parental approval and love. From a young age, he understood that his parents' guidance was not just a set of rules, but a manifestation of their deep care and concern for his well-being. Their love was a beacon, illuminating his path even in the darkest of times. He learned that their wisdom, born of experience and unconditional love, was invaluable. Their stories, filled with lessons from their own lives, became a treasure trove of knowledge for him. Each piece of advice was a thread in the tapestry of his life, weaving a fabric of resilience and hope. This wisdom was a guiding light in his life, helping him navigate the complexities of adulthood. It gave him the strength to face challenges head-on and the courage to pursue his dreams. With every step he took, he felt the reassuring presence of his parents' love and guidance.
True success isn't measured by achievements alone. It's not just about the accolades or the milestones reached. It's about the journey and the people who walk it with you. It's about the love and respect I give and receive from my family, the bonds that hold us together through thick and thin. But by the love and respect I give and receive from my family, these moments of joy, the shared laughter, and the collective strength in times of adversity define true success. It's the warmth of a hug, the comfort of knowing you're never alone, and the unspoken understanding that family is forever.
And so Fikri embraced the lessons life had taught him. He carried with him the values instilled by his parents, cherishing the moments of wisdom shared over the years. These lessons became the foundation upon which he built his life, guiding him through every decision and every challenge. Carrying the love of his parents in his heart, he moved forward with confidence. Their support was his anchor, their love his compass. In every success, he saw their faces, and in every failure, he felt their comforting presence, urging him to try again. Their wisdom forever etched in his soul. It was a part of him, shaping his thoughts and actions. He realized that the greatest lessons were not taught in classrooms, but in the quiet moments of life, shared with those who loved him unconditionally. He learned that the greatest gift one can receive is the unwavering love and support of family. This love was a constant, a source of strength and comfort. It was the foundation upon which he built his dreams and the safety net that caught him when he fell. A love that transcends time, a love that heals. It was a love that bridged generations, connecting the past with the present and the future. It was a love that mended broken hearts and soothed weary souls. A love that was always there, unwavering and true. A love that guides us towards our true potential. With this love, Fikri knew he could achieve anything. It was the driving force behind his ambitions and the gentle reminder of what truly mattered in life. It was the guiding light that led him to his true self.